Ms. Shiina, isn't this you?
Thank God I got a platform for people to speak their piece.
Oh, I'm going to have to question your honesty. You often speak of your platform as the place where people can speak their piece. You also frequently say, let's keep it a buck. And this is a place for free thinkers, where you can freely speak your piece. But is it really? Let's speak on the hypocrisy of your type of free thinking and the narrative that you seem to go by. See if you can keep it a buck with this retort. A free thinker literally posted what they freely thought about one of your favorite guests and his deviant ways. No profanity was used, no major disrespect was given, absolutely no PDF accusations were made, no mentions of his homeless women history. I only address the live where no lies were told and actual accurate details were given, to which your favorite guest actually responded with some mediocre reply that had nothing to do with anything that was stated about him, his actions, or his character. And you chose to delete all of that free thinking? Do you really support free thinkers or don't you? I'm waiting. Speaking of what you don't support or don't condone, cool. You don't support abusers or men that put hands on women and vice versa. Great. But let's speak on what you do condone, what you do support, what you do sponsor, who you do enable. Let's speak on the fact that you're protecting a deviant character and condoning his reckless behavior on your platform. You're literally protecting that deviant's actions. You've always claimed that you weren't protecting him over there, but this is proof that that is exactly what you're doing. And now, I have what you all call the receipts to prove your hypocrisy. Notice here where he says,
The young ladies, they was already outside, like just kind of politicking. They was already a little bit drunk and everything else.
now, if he knew they were a little bit drunk, why would he, as a responsible adult, allow these actions? Does what he said,
Again, they was already a little bit drunk and everything else. Of course, I'm the 41-year-old, responsible adult, right?
and what he did after saying what he said, represent a 41-year-old responsible adult? Does it not instead represent dangerous, reckless irresponsibility? He again says,
When he came over, I knew that because they were a little bit drunk and everything, they might give him a little bit of shit.
how can you possibly claim to be the responsible adult when it's you that's letting drunk youngins hang outside of a moving vehicle in traffic with expired tags? I simply address those issues without getting disrespect. Okay, so I refer to him as Shorty or Shorty Mac a couple of times. Sure, but is that deserving of relative comment engagement, something that your favorite guest approves of? Does that kind of engagement deserve being deleted? He's actually coached you on this exact subject matter.
I tell the story all the time about how when I first started, the reason why I don't block people and, get rid of comments and stuff like that, one is because engagement is king on YouTube. That's why I was telling you, Shiina, don't block people. Like, let them engage. If you want your content to be spread, you're going to allow people to engage because that's going to tell the algorithm, hey, people have their eyeballs on this. And I can prove it because they're typing in comments. And so that engagement tells YouTube, let's put this in front of more people because the people that are watching it are liking it or they're engaging with it. They don't care if you like it or dislike it. They just care whether you engage or not. Okay? So you don't want to cut yourself off because you're feeling a way about somebody. Like, nah, engage, go back and forth. Let them light up the comment section. all that is going to do is just help your content to spread. Okay, so you don't want to stop that because you feel away at this, that, and third. Trust me, feeling away and all that stuff, that's where you get the best content. Okay, so just moving forward, I would because it's your channel, and so of course you can run it how you want, but ultimately you've got control, so you shouldn't feel no type of way. Somebody comes here, they say something, whatever, it's your channel. Okay, and ultimately that's helping your channel, right?
And now both of you are going against your own grains? That's absurd! Another point. He literally asked for an elaboration on how he's considered to be preying on these young females.
Like, how am I preying on anybody? I'm just interested to hear your perspective. I would love to hear someone that has that type of stance elaborate on that.
And I gave a completely accurate elaboration. You say,
I don't just defend Marcus, I defend the truth.
and notice, you're addressing someone else that feels you're protecting your favorite guests. In fact, a lot of people feel the same way and are very verbal about it in your comment section. And here you have me, where nothing in either of my comments were untruths, but you still deleted them, which immediately highlights two things. One, you don't really defend the truth, like you claim that you do. And two, you are defending your favorite guest against the truths that are being told about him. If that isn't a form of protection, explain to me, explain to the viewers, your viewers, what exactly was it that you were doing when you deleted my comments, questioning your favorite guest and his deviant behaviors? You know, this reminds me of an old saying. If there's more than one person giving the same exact opinion about you, and these people don't know each other to have even spoken to each other on the opinions that they've given about you, it's more than likely that the opinions that they've given about you are true. Now, here it is, a multitude of people saying the same thing, and then there's you denying what you have been actually seen doing. Oh boy, you and your Mr. Marcus are starting to mirror each other quite accurately in some aspects. Maybe you guys should start seeing each other. You may be exactly the older woman he needs. Now that's funny. Hold on. Wait. I hadn't viewed the entire live before putting together this video, so I had to come back and add more after watching more of that shite show of a live. You were moving at pretty slow speeds.
You can't, there's no driving fast or anything like that. So we were literally just cruising. Not even cruising, just kind of crawling. You know, just kind of crawling. Like, it wasn't like we was like really going super fast or anything like that. You know, we were actually going really slow. Like, they specifically said, hey, slow down so we could twerk and, you know, hang out and do this and do that.
We can fucking see you, you stupid fuck. Does this look like slow to you? You're also looking into your phone and not paying full attention to the road. You are a real life idiot. And here's another thing. It doesn't fucking matter what the speeds were. People aren't supposed to hang outside of moving vehicles. Period. That's it. You're not supposed to do that. They even stopped waste management people from standing on the rear of garbage trucks because of the danger.
This sneaker left behind. A trash collector rushed to the hospital after a crash. Good evening. That worker is in surgery right now after he was hit by a car and pinned to his truck.
The hood of a silver car crumpled with blood stains on the front bumper after a car smashed into a garbage truck, pinning a trash collector in between.
There was blood everywhere, and it didn't take very long for it to get like that, so I didn't want him to bleed out.
Brewer and Krimholt say 2 employees were on the garbage truck as a car was trying to switch lanes, but ended up smashing into the truck. One garbage collector was able to get out of the way of the moving car. The other was unsuccessful.
I just try to get him to keep talking, keep breathing nice and slow. We tied his leg up because it was just gushing blood.
Brewer described what she saw in one word.
Traumatizing, really.
Nobody was in any type of trouble, any type of danger. We was having a great time, as you see. We was vibing. That wasn't even half of the video.
No idiot argument points. Just because you add a lit title to it doesn't make it alright or not dangerous to do. It's seriously disturbing that your ego and narcissism are preventing you from realizing it's not just about your fucking vehicle. It's about other vehicles on the road. What if they're distracted by what's going on in your Jeep and they are the ones that caused the accident, that causes one of those young ladies to fall off of your Jeep? Or maybe they hit other cars because they're distracted by what's going on in your Jeep and maybe run into a tree or something. This is how adults think. You don't think like that because you're not a real adult. You're a child in a miniature adult body that just happens to have children. Mentioning low speed in general as to why there was no danger is ridiculous, especially when there's people who die every day in vehicles that aren't even moving. You don't have to be moving fast to lose your grip, fall, and roll into faster moving traffic. And you're fucking lying. Look at the video. That's not slow. What it is, though, is fast enough to fucking die. Why are you, a supposed grown person, even coming up with fucking excuses for dangerous behaviors? The shite was dangerous and irresponsible. Bottom line. Nobody needs to hear you trying to explain why it was okay to be irresponsible. You know, it was wonderfully refreshing to have Mrs. Onairu pop up on the panel and at least ask questions and make statements that didn't seem engineered towards protecting that idiot.
So, Marcus, respectfully, I think it was a little unkind what you said about the officer being someone who was probably unpopular in high school and now has a badge. I mean, I think there are statistics about the higher likelihood of injury that happens in the wee hours when people are kind of, inebriated and having fun and less cautious. It is really, awful when someone has a vehicular accident and the injury aspect to it. So, can I ask something about what this Denise's Planet just mentioned in the chat about STDs in Atlanta?
But like always, and right on cue, even she had to experience the attempted deflection and redirection of the topic with Ms. Shiina's interruptions and diverting tactics.
STDs in Atlanta.
Hold on, let me elaborate on that real quick and then you can.
Sure.
Oh, I just stepped on my baby. First of all, these people come in here talking about seatbelts. Y'all, do y'all really think they was trying to put a seatbelt on and they hanging out of a Jeep with no doors? Come on. I sound like some of y'all have not really had fun, or some of y'all are just sitting at home and miserable as fuck.
Suddenly having to address someone in the chat, / suddenly having to address someone else in the chat, / addressing people talking about old off-topic shit, etc., etc. She's always interrupting to save that fucking idiot. I really didn't want to do much speaking on you, Ms. Shiina, but it's unavoidable. It has to be mentioned. You are a fucking Muppet. Marcus has his arm shoved so far up you that it's probably not even your mouth that's doing the talking anymore. It's his hand using a Shiina accent. He doesn't even have to say anything. You'll just jump right to his defense. How about taking that arm out of your woo-ha and taking back control of your panel? Stop being a